Hey guys, so today we're making some peppermint chocolate chip cookies. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started with the recipe. So I'm going to start by melting 2 sticks of unsalted butter. And then the recipe that I'm using is on the back of some peppermint crunch like chips. And so I'm just using that recipe, and it said to add in some instant coffee. I didn't have instant coffee, so I just used some instant espresso that I had. And you're just going to melt the butter and stir this until it is combined. It's not going to combine all the way, but just until that powder is dissolved pretty much. And then you're going to set it to the side to let it cool. And so again, this is the Andes Peppermint Crunch, and so I'm just using the recipe on the back. And so I'm going to add in a cup of some cocoa powder, and then I'm going to add in 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons of some all-purpose flour. And you want to make sure that you sift your ingredients, especially the cocoa, because that is what typically has all of those clumps in there. And so you just want to run it through your sifter. I meant to add in my baking soda during this step, but clearly I needed a bigger bowl and a bigger sifter, but here we are. And so I'm just going to add in some baking soda as well as some salt. It was really pointless for me to put this in the sifter because the salt is coarse, so it's not going to go through the sifter. So you're going to see me dump it right into the bowl, which is fine. And then next we're going to cream our butter and sugar together. So I have some brown sugar as well as some granulated sugar. And then I'm going to add that butter and espresso mixture to my mixer, and then I'm just going to cream this together, and it's going to cream until it gets to, it's going to start look like some creamy peanut butter. That's the consistency you're going for. And so after you mix this, you're going to add in some vanilla extract. So the recipe calls for a teaspoon of this, but you can add as much as you want. And then you're just going to continue to mix it, and then you're going to add in 2 eggs, and you want to make sure that your ingredients are at room temperature. So I added in my 2 eggs, and then you're just going to mix that until it is nice and combined. And be sure to like scrape the sides of your bowl as you do this so that all of the ingredients can combine. And so next I'm going to add in my dry ingredients in small batches, and you want to make sure that your mixer is on a low speed. And I learned the hard way because you're going to see all of this stuff, this flour and cocoa mix, flat everywhere because me not paying attention, and I really couldn't see the the dial on the other side, and so all of that just flew out of the mixer, unfortunately, but I continued. And so I'm going to add the remainder of the dry ingredients and just mix it until it is nice and combined. And so I don't know if this is what the texture was supposed to be like or not, because I did lose quite a bit of the dry ingredients while it decided to, fly everywhere. But this is the consistency that mine came out as. The cookie still turned out great. It baked really well. It had really good flavor. And so next I'm going to add in the whole bag of the peppermint crunch. And so if you're not a huge peppermint fan, you might want to only add in maybe half the bag, but I didn't mind the mixture of the chocolate and the peppermint together. But if you don't like a strong mint flavor, you might not want to add the whole bag. And so next I have this semi-sweet chocolate baking bar that I'm just going to chop up really quickly. You can put a wet paper towel under your cutting board so it don't slide everywhere like mine did. And so I'm going to add in my chocolate, and then I'm just going to mix that until it is nice and combined. I imagine you could also use chocolate chips, but I followed the recipe as it was listed. You could also add in like some walnuts or some pecans. And so it did, say you can add nuts, which is an optional ingredient. And so I'm just gonna put this on a baking sheet that is lined with some parchment paper, and I did roll the dough in my hands, and then I'm gonna press it down until it's a little bit flat on the baking sheet, and then I'm going to bake it in my oven for about 10 minutes. And I didn't bake all of the cookies. I decided to just make 2 pans of it and then put the rest in the freezer. And so this is what it looks like. I'm going to let it cool on a cooling rack. And this is the finished product, you guys. Nice and chocolatey, pepperminty, perfect holiday cookie. It was really delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I truly appreciate the support. Thanks for watching. Bye.